Namaste and welcome to Shri and Kira Explore the Mysteries.
Wow, it's a really extraordinary weekend ahead of us right now, and we're just going to adjust our set just a little bit. And anyway, we just wanted to share that we are so grateful you are here. This is an extremely, all month long, I think you've been hearing us say, how special this month is and the miracles that are happening this month and all of the things that are happening. And what is most extraordinary is that every time we come together each week, we keep thinking that we're at a pinnacle moment, and they keep expanding.
It keeps getting bigger.
It does. And so, though, Shri, I think we would be remiss, first and foremost, if we just did not stop, bring our hands together and say thank you. Thank you to all of you, to every being on this planet that is coming forward right now to say yes to greater expansion, greater awareness, greater awakening. Mm-hmm. And, Shri and I just got back from Quito, Ecuador, about 24 hours ago, because we were called to be at the equator Tuesday night for the Lineage Holder gathering.
And what a marvelous gathering. On Tuesday night we traveled with such a divine group of spiritual family.
And we did actually go by the 444 number. So yay, that happened. And hopefully you were there or at least felt it.
Yeah, absolutely. And some folks are still joining in that said, I felt it, I wasn't quite there, and now I want to be there. And that's okay. You can join in.
Yeah, we left it up on our website. So go to shriandkira.com right there on the homepage and just click on the Lineage Holder experience and get in. And there might even be a few scholarships still sitting there. I don't know.
Think so.
But please give us the gift of connection, because that's what this is all about. And I do want to give a shout out, speaking of connections, that Shri and I were very blessed to be in Quito because the divine director said we had to be literally at the equator for this birth of the Lineage Holder journey, for that first journey that we all took. And oh my goodness gracious, are we humbled. The emails and all of the beautiful sharings that are coming in after what happened Tuesday. This is part of why you see this giant hummingbird between Shri and I. Actually, this is a photograph that was taken by Megan, who was recently here, one of our Cosmic Journey travelers. These are the giant hummingbirds that fly all around Tosa Blue Mountain, and they are huge. Like when you first look at them, you're like, I know that's a hummingbird, but are hummingbirds supposed to be like this big?
They're giant.
They're so huge. And we found this photo to be so perfect because this week heralds the birth and the rise of this giant hummingbird energy. And so I do want to first say a quick thank you over in Quito to Villa Colonna. Thank you. Thank you for an extraordinary. If you go to Quito, stay at Villa Colonna. Thank you. Thank you, Fabrice. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you to everyone else whose name I'm not remembering. We are very grateful because the reason I really wanted to bring that up, Shri, was the day of the Lineage Holder journey for you and I. For Shri and I, that day was literally like diving through the depths of hell. I mean, we don't even want to begin to share what we went through, but it was like we were being challenged to the point where about an hour and a half before the Lineage Holder journey on Tuesday night, I was beside myself, not even knowing if it was going to happen. It was that intense, the energy that really tried to stop Shri and I from broadcasting that night. And of course, all of you know it happened, and it was miraculous.
And it went well, and we had wonderful bandwidth,
yes.
etc.
And the next moment, right? The next morning, right?
Well, I just wanted to pause for a second, and we'll get to that. That oftentimes when we're on the cusp of a breakthrough, when we're on the cusp of that dynamism of a spiritual high, call it, or a moment of greater clarity, there is interference. There is stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yet, the very next morning, things have been in divine flow in ways they have not been ever since. And it has not stopped. And so I really just wanted to share that from the perspective of, had Shri and I said, you know what, we can't do this. This is just not going to happen, or it's not going to happen the way that we know in our heart that it was supposed to be happening. And because we would not let anything stop us that day, not only did it happen, but we can personally testify to the extraordinary flow. I mean, flow in every aspect of the word. There isn't anything right now that isn't clicking into place, just boom, 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 boom. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not having to pay attention, and I think that's important for all of us to pay attention to. However, what we sincerely want to share with all of you is that sticking out the course and going forward with what you absolutely know is the right thing to do will always bring you back to divine flow. And Sri, perhaps speaking of divine flow, we should thank all of the beautiful affiliates that are carrying us today.
Absolutely, because today you can enjoy this broadcast over at TFR Live. You can enjoy it at iHeart, at Oneness Talk Radio, Facebook, and YouTube. And we should be streaming live video at the Oneness Talk Radio homepage down at the bottom.
And which YouTube are we at today, Sri?
Today we are at Oneness Talk Radio YouTube.
All right, so today is Oneness Talk Radio for all of that stuff, TFR Live for the other stuff. And I do also want to say one thing before we jump more into the energy of this week, because this is an extraordinarily profound moment and we have a lot to share. And as always, this is a two-part weekend event, and we really want to share that. I would just like to take a moment and say that I was actually late for the show today. I literally sat down and was like doing this when Sri went live with you guys, and so that's part of why we were giggling. So why was Kira Ra late for the show? Well, because again, my angels, the divine directors are showing up with a lot of information, and especially about this particular week. And one of the things that came forward today, and we're going to be reading this ensoulment that came forward at tomorrow's show because it's very much about the week ahead. It's also a kind of a bridge into August.
Yes.
However, the part that they have asked us to share today was to share with all of you that, you know, it was 10 years ago that Sri and I saw, sadly, what's coming. We really we knew it was a potentiality at that time, and so that was when we were told very clearly that if we were to continue the energy work that we were doing, if we wanted to really expand it and not get caught up in the extreme let's just call it portal of misinformation that was going to be birthing, that we had to leave the United States, which was a fascinating thing to do, and that we had to become more international citizens, and that we absolutely had to be nowhere near North America. And for us personally, that's not saying anything negative about it. We love it dearly. It's just that for us personally, in order to do what we do, and I think that's really important for us to share in this moment, because had we not been here right now, we could not have been at the equator. We could not have been at Quito Tuesday night, because we got that information like literally like 48 hours before we dashed up there. And what we're sharing with all of you is that there is a power-filled moment in front of all of us right now. And I just want to, in recognition of all of the listeners that are with us today, whether you're at TFR Live, whether you're at iHeart, whether you're at any of the other affiliates, tune in, I listen, all of them, what we want to share with you is this, that we are here in the voice of passionate action. Our Sunday show is actually titled that. And as we do that, in the moment that is before all of us right now, and as we dive into some really important information about the week energy ahead and what's coming in for August, I just wanted to take a moment and acknowledge someone who is no longer on the planet, the beautiful Aaron Russo, the filmmaker Aaron Russo. I just wanted to give a shout out to him, because this was someone who near the end of his life really wasn't afraid to stand up and say what he needed to say. And so I just want to share, for those of you that have never watched Freedom to Fascism, you may want to watch it. For those of you that have watched it, you might want to watch it again. And it's just a smile to see how powerful we are as co-creators. And it's also important to pay attention to those that have been inviting us all to really take positive action. And so I just wanted to share that, and then I don't want to say anything else about that. Is that okay?
Good with me.
All right. Okay. So welcome to our show. And thanks, guys. So Sri, big week ahead. I love this big hummingbird we're staring at.
Oh, yeah. You know, the magic of the hummingbird is the beauty of a winged that is sipping at the nectar of divine beauty, the flowers, the blossoms, and can enter and can reverse.
Yeah.
Wow. Take a look at that medicine.
Yes.
To be able to change courses, to be able to seek out the sweetness and not get caught having to, head in any one direction. I will go where the beauty lies. I will connect with the sweetness where it is, and I'm not afraid to back up.
Sri, people are saying that we are not live anywhere. Let's see. We are saying that we are playing live at Official Sri and Kira, so we want you guys to know that.
Yeah.
Looks like they said we are live at TFR, but somebody's saying it's an old show at Oneness Talk Radio.
Not anymore.
Shouldn't be. At this point, just please, everything should be working.
It was a little slow getting on, but it is live right now.
Okay. Okay, so just thank you for all of you in the chat at Oneness Talk Radio, because we are absolutely grateful that you are here, and thank you for the feedback.
I tested the video at Oneness, and it's working good too.
Great, wonderful. So angels, yeah, and it says we're live on YouTube as well. So I just also want to remind you, you can call us 517-208-1500, 517-208-1500. That call board is looking nice and full, but there's still room for more. So go ahead, 517-208-1500. You do get to listen to the show while you are on hold. Just remember that if we call on you, please turn down your radio so that when we call on you, we can hear you without any of the feedback, and we would be very, very grateful. And thank you. Lots of people saying, yes, you are current and live on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you. And at TFR Live, and should be at Oneness Talk Radio as well. And so, Shri, I also want to just give a shout out, because we have a lot of people sending us emails. Yes. And you can send us an email as well to guest@shriandcareradio.com. And everything is about, I want to go back last week, right? We talked about last week is about this kind of unwinding. Well, this week, it's like we've unwound even more. It's as if there is this opportunity to really unwind. And through that, imagine that all this energy is unwinding, right? So as you're watching this, how is it unwinding? Because you are lifting. Right? When you lift, then the things around start unwinding because you're seeing them at a higher perspective. So imagine, like, if you pull something from the center and you lift, right? So as you are lifting up and as you are unwinding in ever greater energy, it is that energy of the unwinding. It is the expanding of the unwinding this week that opened up the portal for this giant hummingbird energy to come forward. And so this Saturday, right now, as we are here together, what's important is that we offer ourselves an opportunity to say, if we know that by the end of July, we will know where we stand, right? Remember, that was part of the overarching resolution energy of July, that by the end of July, we will know where we stand in everything, in every aspect of our life. And so if we know that, and then we look at this unwinding energy, what has been unwinding around you? And by unwinding, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There might be something that was wound around something that is meant to be very precious and beautiful around you that is also unwinding. So it's an important balancing act on that.
And we all have a subjective experience of it.
Yes.
As things are unwinding, there may be a part of you that goes, I don't like this. It doesn't feel good. Or you could be having the experience of, hey, I'm lightening up. It all depends on what exactly is being released and how you are with it.
Yeah.
The other thing to remember is one of the perennial reminders from Archangel Zadkiel, and she suggests, keep your eyes on the divine at all times. When we're in the midst of a healing moment, when we're in the midst of unwinding, to keep our eye on the divine will mean that as this stuff unwinds and separates, that is, as space is created, you will lift. Versus if your eyes are somewhere else, as space is created, I wonder where you'll head up. Where you're heading. So it's important to synergize with the natural flow that is here to support us. And by trusting, by keeping our eyes on the spiritual potential that is before us, we will always have an outcome that will support our growth and evolution.
Oh, absolutely. I also want to give a shout out. This week we had we had just a couple emails come in from people that said they're absolutely confused as to what a miracle maker, not a miracle maker, right? But you'll understand why that slip of the tongue was funny. What a lineage holder is, and really a lineage holder is a conscious miracle maker. And so a lineage holder is really an energy. Lineage holders are those that have chosen in this lifetime to fully awaken into their divine consciousness. And that doesn't mean that we don't have all of the third dimensional experiences of the journey. Of course we do. What it does mean is that at some point we go beyond the yellow brick road, right? At some point we wake up and we see that which has been the illusion and recognize what is truly that we are co-creating. So why is that important to talk about in this moment? Because this particular week of resolution energy, remember all 4 weeks are leading us to this resolution. this portal, this beautiful portal, and remember, we've had a whole installment coming about this. We are going to share it tomorrow live on the air. But what's happened is that this portal has opened and ignited this hummingbird energy, and this hummingbird energy is coming forward to really ignite joy. Now, that is its number one purpose. And you might say, okay, well, how does that work, right? Well, the purpose of this is through the opportunity the week in front of us to really claim our empowered ascended presence through the resolution of what's unwinding, through healing energy, through our presence, through our interactions, and most importantly, through communication, especially outside of this linear timeline and this dimensional experience.
You know, communication outside of this dimensional experience or linear timeline occurs in a variety of ways. You know, remember that perception has multiple methods of being known. And so for many people, we're going to be looking to the dream time, or we're going to be looking to the visions that come forward when one is in a meditative state. Other people, this would include me, I'll raise my hand, will be hearing things. And the hearing things could be a signal or a sound that you attend to, meaning pay attention to, and then it will carry you to greater information. For other people, felt senses in their body. The key with every opportunity is to be present to it, to be able to relax and say, I trust my life, I trust my guidance, and to lean into it.
You know, I'm giggling because as far as like leaning into it, I'm just giggling that this week was incredibly, for me personally, very revelatory. You know, there's just been so much revelatory information. And the biggest piece was that really intense, we're not going to allow this Lineage Holder event to happen energy that happened on Tuesday. And again, we don't need to go into all the details, but suffice to say that it was an hour and a half before the event. We still were not sure it was going to happen. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to be physically there. And so it was extraordinary to just say, to have to really practice taking everything about the third dimension. I'm talking about the physical body, any form of physical pain or discomfort, the emotional body equally with any form of pain or discomfort, every aspect of that being, and step outside of it to be able to function is how Shri and I got through that on Tuesday. And the reason this is so important for us to share with you is this week is that week. This is going to be that week of extraordinary clarity through empowerment, you know, and I'm wearing an orange bindi today, and I wore this shirt because it has these great orange tassels that hang at my third chakra, because we're very much in a third chakra week. However, I want you to think of this as third chakra of the body, right? Look at all those stomach issues and all that other balance and that grab of power and trying to find harmony and balance and struggle and not being able to digest your life or anything else, versus the ascended third chakra is what? Let me remind you, the Divine Galactic Blueprint. So if you do not know what the Divine Galactic Blueprint is, please go to shriankira.com. At the top, click on Yoga of Self-Ascension. It will unlock all of these free things. Click on Divine Galactic Blueprint and look at it. The Divine Galactic Blueprint is the Ascended Chakra System. And with the Ascended Chakra System, it begins at our heart. So that is the first chakra in the Ascended Chakra. The second chakra is the throat chakra, which is referred to in the Ascended Presence as the Truth Chakra. But the third chakra of the 12-pointed Ascended Chakra System is right here, my loves. It's right here. It's that point of star consciousness, not third eye. It's star consciousness that does what? That opens up. This is the third point, the fourth point, the fifth point, and the sixth point. Igniting this point explodes our ascended consciousness. It explodes. Archangel Zadkiel used to call it the helmet, right? Didn't he used to call that?
Yeah, the helmet, and or the exploded crown.
Right.
And you know, many people kind of smile when they see some of the ancient symbology.
The pharaonics?
The pharaonic, the large, long hats.
Yes.
Or the beings that actually have the elongated skulls.
Right.
Because your crown chakra actually flattened into density. And as we lift, it opens up.
Should we have them feel it?
Why not?
You want to feel
Let's do
it? You want to feel your exploded crown chakra? All right, so
Okay, they said yes.
they said yes. Okay, we're getting yes on some of these chat rooms. Okay, so I know it's going to look kind of silly, but let's show this to you, because I think what you're talking about is so important, Shri. You know, about the pharaonic energy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I tell you what, let's start by feeling this a little bit, and then we're going to move in and we'll help you feel it even more perceptibly.
This is how you're going to navigate this week. And remember that this energy is violet. This energy is all about really deep violet ray connection. And when you join us tomorrow and we read you this ensoulment live, it's going to all make even more sense.
So let's begin by placing a hand on our heart and just breathing in and out of your heart center. So, and as I breathe, I stabilize. As I breathe, I relax. As I breathe, I trust. There you go. The heart center is your foundation. And now we're going to lift our energy up, lifting up, lifting up. And I want you to kind of notice the top of your head and feel what's going on up there. Now, notice a little sensation in the skin or a tingle.
And so you're going to want to take the middle finger and thumb of your hands and touch release to activate those prime meridian energies. And what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to place our hands at the top of our ears to be able to fill that space. This is a diamond. It's actually a 4-pointed diamond that you've ignited. And this is what Shri was helping you fill. And now let's offer that to you. So remember, it begins with the star consciousness. But now that we've energized our hands, energized that energy, okay, let's going to take right here where this part of the base of the hands, and let me tie my hair back. And you want to put your hands right at the top of the ear, and then you want to point. We're trying to do it so you can see us. We're using our cameras. You want to point your hands out, okay, as far as you can, because the tip of the middle finger, as you're pointing your hands out, that's your diamond, and then from there it goes up. And so you want to be breathing up into that. And again, another wonderful way to think of that, Shri, is those Egyptian pharaonic crowns. You know, that's because they were a lot of them were capturing that energy, and literally they were made of solid gold. If you wear a solid gold crown that looks like that, you can capture that energy and hold open a direct portal of communication. That's why this week is so extraordinary. This week is all about the exploded crown as the ascended third chakra, which begins where? It begins in star consciousness. This is the hummingbird. The hummingbird is the one that's able to fly between all the dimensions. The hummingbird is the one that carries joy and abundance and manifest creation between everything, that goes from one flower to another with equal joy, that there is not any judgment, that it is simply a gift to weave together the healing energy, the bounty energy, the energy of upliftment, the energy of empowerment. And as I'm sharing this with all of you, do you feel your crown?
Yeah.
My crown chakra is like tickling.
So breathe up there again. And,
breathe,
and
really
many
breathe,
people
fill it up.
are familiar with this space, the density-based seventh chakra.
Yeah.
But as we expand into the exploded crown, lift into the space above the physical skull.
Exactly.
Lift into your helmet, your divine diamond of the violet energy. And just breathe, lift, and feel, sense, or imagine. And all of a sudden, you'll notice that little bit of dizziness or spaciness is a signal that you've arrived. Breathe into that now.
And as you do, you are breathing into the ascended third chakra energy. And notice how different that feels than if you release back down into this body and you start connecting with the third chakra of the physical body. It's a very different experience. Now, the reason it's so important to pay attention is that through the yoga of self-ascension, invites us to do what? To be able to live our ascended presence while we still have a body in complete ascended conscious awareness. This is extraordinary. And this is an extraordinary moment. And it doesn't take years and years of practice to be able to step into this. What it takes is that deep conscious breath connection. And I, with all my heart and soul, again, want to share that if ever there was a month to download our app, Spiritual Mastery with Shri and Kira, this is it. And then please, and it's free, learn the Om breathing practice.
Yeah,
It is really important.
The Om helps stabilize the heart, and you'll find it free in Spiritual Mastery with Shri and Kira. That's the name of the app.
Yeah, and we really invite you. Shri teaches it to you. It's on video. It's very simple. But even as we allow ourselves that gift, this hummingbird energy, this giant hummingbird energy, is inviting us into greater trusting communication with our multidimensional space. And so this is a big month of communication. It's a big month of speaking. And Shri, we have so many people that are holding. Speaking of this ascended communication, we want to jump over and start saying hello to some of our guests.
Well, let's do that. Let's go to the call board here, and what do you say?
Let's go to Honolulu. I love Hawaii. Hey, it's Jean. Namaste, Jean. Welcome, sweetheart.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's my birthday today. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. No wonder your whole thing was like radiating.
It was like, pick me.
I know, it was like, I want to be first.
Happy belated birthday to you too, Shri.
Thank you, dear. July's a good month.
It is. It's been an amazing month, and more to come, I'm sure. I would love a mini soul reading for my birthday today.
Wow. I have to share with you that I almost just broke out laughing with joy because you are the hummingbird. And they're saying it's like this picture have been like collecting all of the blossoms to make the honey are all around you, and that you have been collecting the blossoms, and that you have been agonizing over the recipe. And they're saying that this year you don't need a recipe. They're saying this year step forward knowing that you are ready to do this without having to follow it step by step. Trust that which is flowing through you. This is a moment to fly even higher, a moment to remember even more. And they're saying that by this time next year, your wings are much stronger. And it's like they show you going from this beautiful hummingbird, and it's like I'm watching you transform into this like phoenix of a hummingbird with all of these massive colors around you. So this is a big year for you of transformation, acceptance, and I love that we're here in July, resolution. So thank you, my angel, for bringing that to all of us. I'm so grateful to have begun with you today. Many blessings.
Thank you so much. We don't have hummingbirds here in Hawaii, so maybe I'm the hummingbird.
That's exactly what they're saying, that you are the hummingbird. So I love that. That's why I said it's so perfect that you were first. I love it.
Blessings,
okay, I will represent.
Yoo-hoo! All right. We love you, sweetheart.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, honey. Namaste. Happy birthday. Woo,
Hello.
Shri. Bye, sweetheart. Wow. So many beautiful people. All right, Shri, where are we going?
Well, I tell you what, we can head to, looks like New Jersey.
Okay, we're going to New Jersey. Hey, New Jersey. Namaste.
Hello, namaste, Shri and Kira. It's so great to talk to you. I tried to hook into the YouTube, but it's telling me live in 91 minutes, so I thought I better call you.
Well, thanks for calling, and we're live on YouTube at Oneness Talk Radio, but we are also live right here, right now with you, and we're so glad you're here. So let's connect.
Much. And can you give me a mini a soul mirror reading? Yeah.
Oh, with all my heart and soul. So Angel, I'm going to invite you to just kind of bring your hand to your heart. And, one of the things I'm giggling, they're saying, these little angels came in and said, refresh your YouTube page. And I'm wondering if, not that wondering, and the reason they're saying that kind of tongue-in-cheek is they're saying that you are in a moment of being refreshed, that there is an energy around you that is wanting to come in. And it's funny, it feels to me very breezy. They're also saying mint tea. It's like you need mint tea. So just drink mint tea. And that there's also this energy around you that's very much light, breezy, soft, yet tickly. And they're saying that when you remember the blessing of that, you will fly even higher. And that your wings are already spread. Now jump. You have strong ones. They will take you where you need to go. And so it is. We love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Many
Namaste.
blessings, dear.
Many blessings.
Oh, well, it's always wonderful to connect with this stream of energy.
Whew, yes, it is. In every single way. In every single way.
So one of the things that I want to remind each person, I noticed I popped over and took a look at what was going on at YouTube, and everything seems to be fine.
Wonderful.
And people are sharing about the crown energy. And I smiled because someone said, I heard a pop.
Yeah, okay. I call that a psychic pop. I love that. So we've had some popping on the air today. Yay!
Yes. And so, that movement is to be celebrated because we are learning how to comfortably anchor this spiritual attainment into our form while not being totally identified with the form. There's a wonderful little balance that happens when the heart center becomes the first chakra, meaning the foundation.
Woo!
When the heart is the foundation, we can still live in the world very nicely, and we are emanating compassion and love and peace. And when we move up into this what we call the exploded crown, which is kind of the engine, the power center of the ascended state, it's bridging. It's bridging these worlds. Yeah, a little pop, a little, oh, hey, I'm bigger than I thought.
Well, can I share my pop story?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, since we're talking about the psychic pop, for those of you that have had this pop, for those of you that might not have any idea what we're talking about, not everyone has the physical pop experience. However, I did. And as a matter of fact, it happened to be when I was in a recording studio, and I still have the recording. This was many, many years ago. I was a women's empowerment speaker. This was before I really woke up. And my very first series, Women Wellness Awakenings, we were doing a meditation in the studio. And my assistant was actually guiding me through the meditation. And unbeknownst to her, during the meditation, I went so deep for the first time in my life, because remember, this was pre my big awakening again. I went so deep that I remember the pop for me was back here. It was like right at the medulla area, and it was a classic pop. She said that's when my head fell. And I remember to this day, I was taken immediately to meet the Great White Brotherhood. I had no idea who the Great White Brotherhood were. As a matter of fact, I was alarmed. I was like, oh my God, the Great White Brotherhood. I'm like, this can't be. This must be awful. I literally had to come back and read about the Great White Brotherhood, because I've always told you guys I am the idiot savant of all of this. I had no idea. But it was the first time that I have ever been absolutely aware that I was 100% free from the ego, free from the body, having another experience while still having a body. And oftentimes a pop will only happen once. It's like popping that psychic cherry, right? And it's right here. And so if connecting right now with your exploded crown offered that pop, I pray you are with us in the Lineage Holders program. I pray if you are watching this show right now, at any point you are with us in the Lineage Holder program, because a lot of you that are sending us questions, your questions would all be answered if you would just join us. Because this week, I found it very serendipitous, Shri, that this week, the second journey that we're taking is our lineage holder journey, our personal and collective lineage holder journey, when this is the week of this opening of this giant hummingbird energy and greater communication. Now, there is a mirrored dark side of this too, guys, and we're going to be talking a lot more about that later in the show and tomorrow when we read you the entire ensoulment for the week ahead. Today is about looking at what's unwinding, looking what has opened up for you, and paying attention to, are you resolving what is in front of you? Remember, this is that month of resolution. We are deep in that Mercury retrograde and only 10 days away from it ending, right? Here we are at the 20th. I don't know about you, but I think it's gone pretty fast.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it feel like it's been like
the month
really
is just
fast?
Moving by.
Yeah, I'm like, what month is it? Are we already in December? And so this is an important moment.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Resolution, to resolve means to bring to completion. It means you can't bring it to completion if it isn't up in front of you. And so that's why this is a month where you'll know where you stand. This is a month where we understand what is. We may or may not like it. That's a whole nother situation, but it comes forward and presents itself.
Yeah.
And when it's presented, it can be resolved.
And it can be resolved when we're together, you know, because that's what's happening. And I think with our callers too, and I want to jump back into the call board, in this resolution, in this week of really claiming through this hummingbird energy, this joy. Remember, this is about a joy first week. Now that is going to be in stark contrast to that which is going to be presented in density. The soul mirrors this week are very much about sides of the same coin, and that includes ourselves, because if we are lifting through the unwinding, then we're seeing the bigger view. But if we are stuck in the winding, if the density is our journey, then this is going to get really intense this coming week. I mean, really intense this coming week.
Spinning.
Whew, that's why you want to call in that Hummingbird Joy and fly with it and see the greater image of it, and join us tomorrow live when we offer you this ensoulment. It is very powerful. Sheree, let's go back to, speaking of very powerful, let's go back to, we're going to go to Ohio. There we are. It looks like, hey, it's Monica. Namaste, Monica. Welcome, Angel.
Hi. Oh my goodness. I feel like spinning and twirling and singing and hummingbirding and everything.
I'll do it with you. Let's do it together.
All right, right now.
I am. It's great.
I love it. I love it. And
Me
I love
too.
You guys. And I would like to ask you for a mini soul reading, part 2 to that heart chakra reading you did for me just a little while ago.
Wow. So I want you to take in a deep breath. And as I connected with you, honey, I went to the back of your heart. I went to that section between your shoulder blades. And they're saying to put your head down, which is what I did. And they're saying that other people that are having a heart request today may want to do this as well, because they're saying that there is an energy that has been, that you've been needing to repel. It's been like a ray of it's not even a ray of light. It's now just kind of like this filamenty leftover, almost like a cobweb kind of energy. But you're still putting up this strong warrior energy to mitigate it, is the only word I can give you. And they're saying that that work is now done. And they're saying that work is now done. And even as I am bowing my head, I'm bowing my head to open that area of the back between the shoulder blades, but I'm also bowing my head because that work is now done. That work is now done. And they're saying to feel, and they're saying feel these, it's like it's opening up these beautiful wings. And they're saying you are now ready to enter the portal. And they're saying that work is now done. And they keep, that work is now done. That work is now done. Yeah. And breathe in. And I just want to bow my head again and say thank you, because you have brought a great blessing for all of us that have just connected with this reading. So thank you. We bow before you. That work is now done. And so it is.
Whew. Hallelujah. Thank you with all my sincere heart on bended knees.
Many blessings, dear.
I meet you there, my angel. I love you. Namaste.
I love you. I love you.
Let's all just take a breath. I'm really feeling this, you know, it's funny, guys. Have you all been feeling that? Like, and again, I'm getting the powerful portal opening. Go feel the top of that crown. Remember earlier in the show, we taught you how to activate that to the third chakra of the ascended chakra system, which is the divine galactic blueprint. That is the energy this week. That is the energy this week, because it is about joy-filled communication with the higher realms of divine wisdom. This is your week. This is your opportunity. If you think you have never heard anything, if you think you have never connected, if you are already connected and you've been asking for more, if you're open to just what is, it matters not. This is your week to call it in. Wow, clearing energy.
Yeah.
Woo! Wow, guys, big, yes, clear, because it's a communication week. Oh my God, my throat chakra is like being attacked. Forgive me, guys, breathe. Oh.
A little water's good.
Yes, no, a lot of water is good. This is going to be a water week. Flow, joy, truth, lift, connection. It's so big. It's hard. Like, it's hard for me to put it into words.
Yeah. It's important to recognize that everything in our world carries messages. There are no ordinary moments or ordinary things. Everything is a reflection. And even as simple as we're in the month of July, which is the, astrologically it's the crab, which is a water symbol. Well, this is a month about movement, about resolution, about revelation, and what will the tide release to your recognition. And at the same time, I'm reminded of our beautiful adventures with the elders in the Highland of Highland Maya, who spoke of the time that was coming.
Yes.
Was the time of the hummingbird, the time of the sweetness and the nectar.
Yeah, we wrote about this in our book 2013, Mayan Sunrise, and it's like everything that they told us would happen is happening. And if you've read our books, you know that Shri and I, over 10 years ago, started talking about all of this. We have been right on track to the point where it kind of scares us. I go back and read stuff and go, yeah, I guess this all is really right now happening. And so let's all let it co-create in real time as the lineage holder masters we are. Mm-hmm. Let us together unwind into this beautiful giant hummingbird portal. And with all my heart and soul, I need to share that if this really calls to you, New Year's is sold out with a wait list. That's gone. But we have one slot left for September, and I know this is for somebody really special. This is, we did the multidimensional portal openings at Ingapurka. That's one of the culminating pieces there. We go and work with the ancient artifacts, with the taitas, with the real elders and the cleansings. And all I can share is that I know that what we did in June was outrageous and extraordinary. As a matter of fact, Megan took this picture while she was here during that event. I know it's coming in September. I think it's going to be uniquely different, and also my breath goes when I think about it. And so there is literally one slot left for September. And if you want to claim it, go to our website, shriandkara.com, Cosmic Origins, and learn about it because it's pretty exciting. Yes. So Shri, let's say hi to more people. Let's go to Missouri. There we go. We're going to go to Missouri. Namaste. Namaste. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is Lorelei. I love you.
Hi, Lorelei. We love you.
I am so happy to be here, and this is my third time calling in. The first two times, I wanted to get answers to all these things that were just spinning around in fear of my body, just wanting answers. And now I want to be here to just spread my love and say I love you to everyone here in this community, and thank you all for calling. And I have resonated with each and everything that you guys have shared, and now I'm just in a new place, and I'm ready to hear a new message from my angels. Thank you.
Oh, Lorelei, you take my breath away. I'm really having a hard time talking. Wait a minute. I have to breathe. and the reason you're taking my breath away is I would not have recognized your energy field. I'm like I can barely keep my eyes open. Angel, you are brilliant. That's the only word I want to give you is brilliant. And it's a brilliant that comes with a brilliance of inspiration, with a illuminated sense of presence, with an expanded vision that has no fear. And they're saying, fly as the hummingbird you are, that this is you. And they're saying, and it's funny, way out in the distance, there's this new master being that you've not worked with before that's coming in from what looks like a big, an pointed archway and very, very big hood with white, and gold, and hands together like this, the big cuffs, walking straight towards you, and you're hearing it almost like a heartbeat in the background, way off in the distance. It feels very lineage holder to me, like originating lineage holder energy, which is massive. And I just keep hearing, and this is just the beginning. And it takes my breath away again. So thank you for being on the planet, and thank you for bringing that to all of us today. I am blown away. And I keep losing my breath. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you so much. I love you all.
Oh,
God bless you with every joy your heart desires.
Oh, we love you too, sweetheart. Namaste.
You,
namaste. And everybody take a breath. This is that go get the Om practice at our app, Spiritual Mastery with Shri and Kira. Yeah, breathing, right?
Yes,
that's part of that communication, because breath is our communication with our physical body. We forget that we are communicating with every moment, with every breath, you are saying something. Are you saying hello, or are you saying goodbye? Are you saying I love you, or are you saying I hate you? Are you saying I am, or are you saying I am not? And it's just a breath. It's just that simple. And through that simple breath that is going to be expanding through the energy of this week, right now, it's going to be very much a ride in density of third chakra. So the third chakra energies are going to be all over this week. They're going to be up for resolution, which means you're going to see lots of butting heads. You're going to see lots of strong anchoring in that really like kind of mix of cement of density and the lower realms of spiritual activism. And that is starting to gum up. And that's concerning. It's because this is very similar to when the fourth dimension collapsed down on the third. When we see that higher edge of density is stirring like a cement mix with the lower rungs of spiritual activism, you can't stir cement forever. Eventually it gets stuck. And we are like really hard times spinning right now. That's what this week is about if you're in density.
Yes.
And it's exactly the opposite. Because if you're unwinding the mix of the cement, you are freeing the portal, the joy portal, what lifts us from density consciousness all the way up. The joy portal,
yes.
Enter giant hummingbird energy. I mean, it's just too profound. It's just too amazing. So if you're in the unwinding, then it's kind of like you're Dorothy sitting in the house in the middle of the cyclone going, wow, there's a cyclone out there, you know, and wondering how you arrived in Oz. Well, that's kind of what's going on this week, guys. It's Oz week on a lot of levels. It really is. And if the third chakra of your ascended chakra system is what you're navigating it with versus the third chakra of density, you are in for the ride of your life. You will have the communication, the connection, the joy, the freedom. You just need to relax and trust you.
You know, when we relax and when we trust, the joy starts to come forward quite naturally. It's, you know, peaceful beingness is the heart that is expanded into non-judgment. When judgment has been suspended, when we are comfortable with our lives, with our divinity, then the outer world begins to take on a peacefulness. We begin to feel it.
Yeah.
And then from that, the joy starts to bubble forward. Joy is the signal from your soul that you are where you need to be, doing what you need to be doing.
Yeah,
so
Archangel Zadkiel 101.
Because sometimes that conditioned mind that has an agenda says, I shouldn't be so happy about this. You go, happiness is its own reward.
You know, it really is. And speaking of happiness, I'm looking at all these callers. I want to just keep going down the line. We're going to go right here to Twin Cities, Minnesota. Hey, Twin Cities, Minnesota. Welcome.
Namaste, Cynthia. This is Masha.
Hey,
Hi,
Masha. Now wait, I gotta let everybody know this is Masha Sigurdsson. This is the host of Messages of Light over at OneNessTalkRadio.com and my co-host for Soul Mirrors next Thursday. I am so excited to hear from you.
Oh, I'm super excited to hear you today, and I'm so happy to connect with you in the direct way right now. So thank you so much for taking my call.
It's our honor. Oh my goodness. How can we serve you, my beloved master?
You know, all what I want to say, I just want you to know how much we love you. Because you've given us so much, and the Lineage Holder journey is just like truly amazing and magical. I know we're stepping in something so wonderful, and it's all because of you, because you and she was guiding us. So I just could not help myself, but I have to call you and tell you, I just want you to know how much we love you, and you have to stay with us on the planet.
Masha, I have to share with you that as I'm listening to your voice, I literally felt right here over my physical heart, I felt a ray of golden light open up from deep within my heart, literally open up my chest, and I was holding it, and I felt it meet your ray of light from your chest, and I'm still very, very hot. My ears are hot. I see you. Hi. So thank you. Thank you for that gift, because I am filled with your love right now. And I think that in the opening of the portal of the hummingbird, to offer that gift to all of us without any restriction is just a sign of the master you are. And may this be returned to you infinitely, beyond the bounds of the comprehension of this world of form. May you receive this gift back to you, and all your dreams be manifested. And so it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Much love to you. Thank you so much.
Oh, we love you, Masha.
Blessings.
Hey, see you next Thursday. All right, Soul Beers, next Thursday, co-host Masha. Russian, an amazing Russian immigrant with an incredible story to tell. All right, let's go, Shri. Where are we going now? We're going to go to Asheville. Is that where we're going? Asheville, North Carolina. All right. Hi, yeah. Asheville, North Carolina. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
That's me, Asheville, North Carolina. My name's Evangeline, and you guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing, and thank you so much.
Breathe, angel. You are a hummingbird. I feel your beauty and your love, and the universe hears you, and I hear what you're not saying. I want you to feel my arms around you right now. I'm right here, and I love you so much. Oh, I'm going to cry too, honey. Let's breathe.
In so many different directions, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and there's so much to say, yet I have nothing to say at the same time.
Yeah. You don't have to.
So if I could get a mini soul reading, I would be so humbly grateful.
There is so much to share with you. There's just so much to share with you. And so the first thing that I want to share with you is that this is coming in over 3 different dimensional levels, and you are going to want to re-listen to this at least 3 more times, and each time it will go deeper. And that the first thing you need to understand is that you are home now, and relax and accept that you have arrived at your heart, and that it's okay to trust yourself, and it's okay to relax into you. And they're saying that the help that you're looking for is already coming, and that the intuition that you know is yours is now aligning. And they're saying, focus, open your eyes and focus, see what's right before you. And if you do, it will all quiet, it will resolve, and then they're showing me you, and it's precious. You're coming up out of what looks to me to be like this, I don't know, electric lotus, and it looks like spotlights. And you're coming up in the middle out of it, out of this beautiful ray of lavender light. And you're in the middle of this lavender light, and you are so happy. And they're saying, relax, breathe, and recognize it is in resolution now. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you so much. Sending you so much love.
Many, many blessings.
And you, my angel, do not be afraid of the portal that has opened before you. They really want you to hear that. Namaste.
Ooh, yeah.
I like seeing the hummingbird. it really helps me feel more centered. And, I think a lot of you know Shri and I have a rescue parrot, Chaylita. And Chaylita had recently suffered a horrible, horrible injury. And we almost lost Chaylita and had to have emergency surgery on the bird. And I have to admit that just right before I came on the air today, another thing that happens, it seems that every time the divine directors come in, Chaylita wants to be on my shoulder or flies to me while I'm trying to type. And so in this moment, I just wanted to share that because I was thinking of my Chaylita. Forgive me, guys. I was distracted because of this beautiful bird, because I see that bird literally every day. There's right outside my office where Chaylita is, and I think Chaylita and this bird have like a thing going. We have this huge hummingbird attractor bush, and I can't even tell you how many times a day I look up and see hummingbirds from this size to teeny tiny ones. I mean, we have all of them in between, so it's pretty amazing.
There's a lot of hummingbirds
A
here,
lot.
and they just are carriers of joy.
Yes, they are. They're amazing. And so carriers of joy are waiting for us on the phone as well, Shri. So let's go to, it looks like Ontario, Canada.
All righty.
Hey, Ontario, namaste.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got through. I've never even tried before.
Wow, I love that.
Welcome.
Woohoo, yeah.
I've been watching for, 3-4 years now.
Thank you.
You guys are amazing, and I feel like I'm going through a big change again. And I just wonder if I'm thinking about moving to Nova Scotia, and I just wondered what that looked like for you for next year. If you could give me a mini soul reading, I'd be eternally grateful.
Thank you. I'm firstly eternally grateful to say hello to you. Your energy is so beautiful. You have an emanation. It's very, very soft, and it carries. It's interesting. It carries like a almost a mossy green color, but very, very vibrant, very, very beautiful. And it's like you've been covered in moss, and moss comes in and it's like a healer and it protects us. And when you talked about the move, that's what they were showing me. And at first it felt kind of cold to me. And I was like, well, is she going to be cold if she moves there? And what they were saying is that it's like a detox. Like what I was feeling is that going there for you is going to be like putting on the earth again. It's like that moss is going to come in and cradle you and hold you, and it's soft. And it matches your energy field. And they're saying that there are many there that are waiting for you, and they welcome you and are grateful you are coming. And so thank you for being here with us today and for modeling such grace and beauty. It's an honor to know you.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor watching you guys, and I just can't believe I got through. Thank you. Thank you.
Much love,
Accept that miracle, because that's what's in front of you. We love you, honey. Mwah. Namaste.
Love you.
We love you, sweetheart.
Oh, indeed.
Ooh, my heart. Oh, wow. Our show.
As we come to a close for today,
Wow.
I want to just remind each of you that as we find the trust to explore the mysteries, all that is required is revealed. And in the revelation is the upliftment. And in the upliftment is the expansion of love and light. And in the expansion of love and light is immense joy. So, beloved ones,
We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific time. Until then, keep breathing, keep loving, and keep trusting.
Namaste.